Hello everyone. Today I am going to carry out a small discussion on the role or function of a control chart in statistical quality control. Now, as we discussed in our last lecture, statistical quality control can be broadly classified into two broad categories. One is statistical process control, the other one is statistical product control. Or to be more specific, process quality control and product quality control. Now the term product quality control appears to be quite known to all of us. Still, let me explain you in short. Product quality control means inspecting the manufactured products in order to check whether those products are able to meet the desired quality specifications or not. This is called product quality control. Now, as far as process quality control is concerned, it means that we need to assess the quality of the process which is been used for manufacturing the products, and if we do that, then that thing is termed as process quality control. Now, why it is required? Again, let me refer back to my previous lecture. In my previous lecture, I already explained that if we find a product as a defective product, then it clearly indicates that the process or the manufacturing process which was being used for manufacturing that product was a defective one. That means a defective product is nothing but an outcome of a defective process. So, if the quality of the concerned manufacturing process can be assessed and controlled, then automatically the quality of the manufactured products will be alright. This thing we need to ensure through statistical quality control. I mean, through one of the category of statistical quality control, that is statistical process control. Now, one way of carrying out statistical process control is again statistical product control. One way of carrying out process quality control is to carry out product quality control. I mean to say, if we examine or inspect all the products manufactured by a particular manufacturing process, then the inspection results which we are getting by examining all the products produced by the concerned process is also applicable to the concerned process, because those products have been produced by that process only. But there is a big problem with this sort of approach. Let me give you an example. Suppose a particular manufacturing process has completed producing all the products it was supposed to produce. Once it completes producing all the products it was supposed to produce, we have started inspecting those products. And let us consider that after carrying out such inspection process, we have found that the products produced by that manufacturing process are defective ones. So it clearly indicates that the manufacturing process which we are talking about is also a defective manufacturing process. That manufacturing process is having flaws with it, because of which the product produced by that process was also a defective product. But although we have identified that there are some flaws with the concerned manufacturing process, but it's already too late. Why I am saying this? Why I am saying that it's already too late? Because while completing the production of all the defective products, the concerned manufacturing process has consumed a huge amount of resources required for production of those defective products. Resources in terms of raw material, manpower, time, electricity, and many such important resources, which together constitute to be the money of the company. It means that if we detect or identify the flaws with the